They got two of everything. There's very little excuses for Caleb Williams to be able to connect to his weapons.
So, I mean, one thing that my concern is, or what I want to see Caleb Williams in this preseason game and as the season goes on, is I want to see that man
37 Sherm Road. See you there.
Do you have what it takes to be the voice of freedom? It's the Anthem Idol Star Spangled Search, brought to you by Bass, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and German American Bank. And we're looking for singers of all ages to send us their best version of the national anthem. Go to owensbororadio.com/Anthem Idol and upload your MP3 today. The winner will be heard every morning on all stations and get a free 2-hour acoustic studio session at Gray Sky Music. Enter today. The contest runs through August.
And now, Western Kentucky weather on 102.7 The Game.
Here's your 14 First Alert forecast for the overnight hours. We've got partly cloudy skies with some patchy areas of fog possible overnight. Lows will drop down into the upper 60s. Friday will end off the work week mostly sunny, but it will be hot. Highs will top out in the lower 90s, and those heat index values will be up into the mid to upper 90s. Both Saturday and Sunday will have highs topping out in the mid 90s with heat index values in the lower triple digits. I'm meteorologist Michael Fecker with your 14 First Alert forecast.
From the Floor Concept Studios, ESPN Radio. All sports, all the time. Kentuckiana sports leader. 102.7 WLME, Lewisport. 102.7.
We're on the air.
102.7.
Yeah. We're on the air.
102.7.
Yeah, we're starting early today, isn't it?
Answers, Clarence. Roger. What's our Victor?
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to
Lion Man 5.
It's Live at 5, and it's brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtrey, FWHlegal.com. And now your host for Live at 5, Stephen A. Turner.
What's up and welcome to Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtrey, dedicated to you, committed to justice. That's FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner here in the Floor Concept Studios. Things running smooth as usual, joined by Coach Vic Evans.
Well, we hope they are. We hope
people on the camera could see us scrambling and we're live, pal. All right,
that's the way it works around here, especially when you spent like half the day at Holiday World.
That's a pretty good day.
It's a tough day at work today. It was a team bonding goal there, and but Jalen wouldn't get on the roller coasters.
No, I'm not a roller coaster guy.
I'm not either.
Keep your feet on the ground.
I don't pay anybody to scare me.
No, I'm good. I get scared of that.
I won't even take it for free
in everyday life. It's just I know Travis was Holtrey was set to join us in segment 1. If he comes over, we'll just tag.
We'll make sure he gets in.
Got Brad Payne here.
I know there's priorities.
He's chilling. No priorities here. There's a pecking order.
You're right.
You're
exactly
down
right.
on the pecking order.
We will all leave the table and let Travis sit here in any spot. But no, if he's able to break free and make it over, we'll certainly get him on. We got Owensboro High School ceiling and floor today. We also have a little Dano's Cigar Lounge LA 5 coming up a little bit later on. We're just going to goof off for most of the show, if I'm being honest.
I'm used to it.
I've been dealing with
Sunday.
Social Security all day, and it's literally the bane of my existence. So, I mean, this is going to be the place where I just, have fun. I don't know. I haven't had fun today much.
Listen, there's not.
Have you been in the Social Security office?
No, I didn't have to go there, but I mean,
on the phone?
I'm probably going to have to go
Hold on.
there.
What government office that you have to go and deal with is like a good one? Like whether it be the driver's license office, the Social Security office.
I want to be very clear. The folks that work in there have been so nice.
Oh yeah,
to me.
I'm not saying that. It's just like
the actual trip itself,
and it's the red tape of the government that I need 47, ID.
Oh my gosh,
listen, unless I want to vote in California, I don't need any.
And I haven't even introduced Brad Payne here to the show. I did that on purpose. I was trying to just gloss over it. Who is that other voice in there? Oh yeah, it's Brad Payne.
Award nominated.
That's right. He is a finalist for the KBA Talk Show of the Year, Brad Payne. But no,
the one thing he didn't bring his partner, man, Matt Briggins.
He's getting catfish somewhere. I think he's at Huddle House right now.
Man, Ty Briggins. That's great. But no, if people only knew, man.
Two-factor authentication. I want to circle back to this because two-factor authentication is the bane of my existence. I mean, I don't know if anybody else has issues with this. Maybe no one does, and no one even knows what I'm talking about. But at work, I'm dealing with a system that I don't know why anybody would ever need to hack into it, yet I have to have an app on my phone that allows two-factor authentication. But today, Social Security, they're just not – I don't know how people that can't take care of themselves at a certain age deal with Social Security. I'm the power of attorney. They don't recognize that. So, I don't know. I don't want to bore people to death with this, but frustration is the word of the day. So the good news is is anytime I'm having a day like this, I get to come do live at 5 and goof off, and then I'm in a better mood when I leave. So
Well,
that's
good.
the goal.
So usually I'm not when I record after here with Briggs. So that's a different.
I kind of tell the in the animosity. I mean, maybe it's just like you're rubbing each other wrong. For too long. You've been around each other too much.
1 hour's too much.
The group chat last night with the fantasy football draft.
He's just so hard to deal with.
Yeah,
in general.
Yeah, I mean, send me the list. Well, it's right there
It's right there above you, big guy.
We just sent it, man. We just
sent like 4 or 5 of them.
And then he got mad because one person wasn't.
Yes, it was the guy that was just the guy. He said, "Send me the list." I sent him the list. A guy got picked, and he picked the same guy.
He wasn't lit.
It literally was 2 texts after he did it. Like it was like it's right there on the same screen.
That's him.
But no, and I don't want to pick on Briggs. He's not here to defend himself.
That's how we do it around here on the bench.
Exactly what you get.
Yeah, that's how it happens to me whenever I'm
exactly 100%.
What comes around goes around, I guess, right? But man, be sure and download the Owensboro Radio app. You can listen to this circus or Beyond the Bench anytime on the Owensboro Radio app.
Big show Monday. Don't miss it.
Yeah, we're going to kick off Hype Week, and looking forward to that for Live at 5, and then for you guys.
This will be it'll be our first, right? Our first.
Yes, it'll be your first live stream. YouTube live stream.
This gives me a good chance to screw everything up here. I'll screw y'all show up today. And then
that's fine.
I'm already looking at the chat, and they already said your Q rating's gone up like 45%. That's all I know.
I love it, man.
It's not just a pretty face
I
around
also
here.
love y'all's product placement. So if Riley's listening, he does work for Pepsi.
Really?
I feel like that we need to get Pepsi on board. I mean, we got product placement.
Well, I mean, you
table.
don't drink anything but Diet Pepsi.
Correct.
And we figured this out. Think about this. I don't know if you heard this story. It's like 8 to 12 a day.
Yeah, I've heard it.
So let's just call it, if we say 8, 7 days, that's 56.
56 16-ounce bottles.
10 of those, we call them cases of 6. So 10 cases of 6 a week is give or take 2. So 8 to 12, 10 a week, 40. You're looking at about 500 because at Christmas break and district games and stuff like that, I'm liable to go 100.
Yeah, we put the over and under. I remember at regional tournament at a pretty large number, and you said that was
way too low.
Yeah,
too low. Hey, he was the only guy at the regional tournament in the Southwire hospitality room. He had like his own little Diet Pepsi bottles. And someone took one, huh?
Someone took one.
That's not a surprise. I mean, honestly,
it's really not.
I can't put anything in the work refrigerator without people trying to take it. But here I've got my glass of Hawaiian Punch.
There you go.
Hawaiian Punch is kind of my go-to outside of water. But any kidney stone issues with all that?
Not yet.
Okay, that's good.
I haven't either.
No, well, you're good then, I think. I mean, that's kind of a thing that would happen and reoccur.
We were at Holiday World today, and someone's like, "Hey, you want some water?" And I tried to sit down and think the last time I drank water. And I'm pretty sure.
Welcome to Live at 5, the most unhealthy show in the country.
I'm pretty sure it was 6 months ago.
Man.
Well, I drink water at night to kind of flush.
Yeah. Oh, that's good theory.
My theory on this is the Lord has given me enough with the Crohn's and cancer and stuff. Surely the kidney stone.
It's not going to happen.
Right. It's like, all right, that's enough on his plate. All right. Yeah. I don't disagree with that. But, man, you can text us if you want into this circus today, 270-903-0389, the Green River Area Federal Credit Union text line. We are live on YouTube if you want to watch what's going on in here, which, I mean, it's a good time. Looking forward to changing the mood of the day. Hopefully we can do that for you as well. We are going to talk a lot about Owensboro football and seriousness in the middle part of the show. Yep. And then we got some pretty good topics to close out. Live at 5 in the Dano's LA 5. But, man, I was looking at this. Riley sent me this earlier. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like talking about things on the show that I'm not super aware of.
Hold on. We do that every day.
I try not to dive. Like soccer segment. Yesterday, if you listen to that, you know why we don't talk about it.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it really wasn't.
How about the comeback from Davis County to get a draw last night, being down 4-1 with 26 minutes to go?
Yeah.
You're going to jump ahead on me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I do have that for later.
Okay.
I like mentioning student athlete. I like promoting them, and we'll do that a little bit later on with that. But BBN United, see, this whole JMI
takeover.
Yeah, but just the collectives and like the NIL. It's very. I mean, to me, it's. I guess maybe it's not as complicated as I'm making it out. I mean, this thing right here breaks it down for me really well. I mean, but
it sure does.
I mean, I'm looking at this. They're the tiers, right? I mean, like the fan tier, so you give money to the collective, so your school that you cheer for or your alumni or whatever can help buy players, right? I mean, am I wrong in that? Is that what we're
basically?
That's right.
Yeah,
as simple as it
basically.
gets.
Yeah,
That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
So what was illegal 10 years ago, now the fans can buy them. Even though it's a $1 billion industry, college sports, they're going to depend on these hardworking fans to buy their players. They're only going to be there maybe 1 year before they hit the road and go to some other school and collect another check from another fan base that's, wanting to pay their players.
until they go to the NBA and then make even a bigger paycheck.
First, and then we talked about this before, but just looking at this really triggers me, and I don't know why. Because, actually, I do know why, because it's insane.
Because you get nothing.
It's absolute insanity. This is not a sustainable model, right?
No.
Not a sustainable model.
No.
And I'm not just picking on Kentucky. This is going to be a lot of schools, right, across the board. I mean, are other people doing it different? Is Kentucky just doing it wrong?
Well, now Kentucky's in with Clemson, where basically their collective is run by JMI. Like they forced out Club Blue, and JMI is running all that now in this new contract.
Is this the new JMI deal?
I'm assuming that's what that is.
They didn't waste no time, man.
No, you got to get that
This thing's
stuff
rolled
out.
out. I just want to look at this. I just want to tell the listeners, okay, what I'm looking at in front of me is a $2,600 per year package year.
Per month, per year.
Right, but total per year is $2,600.
Yes.
Okay.
Per year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You get nothing out of this. Let me just give you some of the stuff that you get.
And
you
that's
get
the elite package.
You get this is the top of the top, right? You get a virtual tour. You don't even get to go to the facility.
You get to watch it on
tour
TV.
You can do your virtual real estate tours online, but you get to do it in the locker rooms or
right.
What? Okay, well, cool. All right, who cares? Collectible giveaways. I'm sure those are great, right? I mean,
bobbleheads,
Big Blue Madness tickets. Sweepstakes, not even tickets.
Correct.
You're just entered in a contest where you make it win. Okay.
Yes.
So you got early access to blue white game tickets. You don't even get the tickets.
Well, you do get 2 blue-white game tickets.
Okay.
And you get early access.
You do get 2. I apologize. That early access came first.
Crickets.
All right. I agree. I'm sorry about that. I'm
Blue-white,
going
but
through the list. Not game tickets, just scrimmages.
Correct.
Yes.
We're talking about scrimmages.
That's what I was going to say. That's not they're not calling blue white midnight madness or whatever, right?
No, you always have the blue-white.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do get a personalized thank you video from a UK student athlete, like a cameo.
Can you imagine
Yes.
how special that would be?
I mean, that's pretty cool.
It is
I guess.
it is basketball, football guaranteed. So what happens when you get the 4-string center that nobody knows?
I mean, you bought him, so congratulations, right? But let's see here. Premium sweepstakes items. Who knows what that is? Select home game tickets. See details.
Right.
Air quotes. Right.
What
So who knows what the
stuff
details
that we
are?
didn't sell
In the upper arena.
Right.
Yep, you'll get.
You'll get first access to those.
First access
Right.
to those.
Versus somebody like, Little Sisters of the Poor.
Correct.
At the upper level.
That would love
This
them.
is the one that really sweetens the pot, though. This is the one that makes your $2,600 investment worth it. Is 2 UK Team Shop discount codes. So you get like 15% off a hoodie.
That's already $95.
$2,600. And guess what? Next year, you get to do it again.
There you go.
The ROI on that is not great if you're looking for anything besides really good players.
Right.
Like the ROI on that,
Yeah.
like if I brought that in and I'm in sales, my day job is in sales. If
me
I
too,
bring that to my customer and be like, this right here, the elite package.
Right. I'm not even going to go over the Cats Club package. That's only $100 a year.
What only costs you? You don't have to read 3 things. So
I mean, you could really all you get there.
You don't even get the virtual tour.
All you get there is coming soon. We don't really know what that even is yet.
Right.
They won't turn the TV
more
on for you.
details to be announced later. I mean, listen, I know that we're just destroying this here, and rightfully so, because it's an absolute joke. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. I don't know how Kentucky fans feel about it. I mean, there's no chance I'm giving them $1. Like,
no.
Like, what do you get out of it? To me, it's again, like, are you that? I feel like I have a mental illness as far as being a Vikings fan, and I would do a lot of crazy stuff to see them win a Super Bowl.
But you wouldn't pay J.J. McCarthy's salary.
I'm not giving them $2,600 a year
for a virtual tool.
Wait. You wouldn't give $2,600 to see the Vikings win a Super Bowl?
Oh, well, maybe. I mean,
because if the Bills are guaranteed, I'll give $5.
I have stepped too far. You're right. If the elite package said, Big Blue Nation fans, you get a national championship out of the deal, then a lot of people are going to sign up.
Well,
for sure.
Yeah. And here's the
that's
thing.
a little different. Guaranteed national
You know,
title.
here's the thing. You got the rev share, that they're going to split up, what is it, 22.5 million or whatever that number ends up being. But then you also have these collectives that are still on the outside where that was what Club Blue was.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee comes up and changes from Nike to Adidas, and they're getting $20 million in that deal.
Just in that deal alone.
Right. And not only that, it's $20 million a year.
Correct.
And then not only that, there's a percentage of that goes to the players. Like they got Nike funding some of their NIL collective money now. So I would assume when Kentucky's contract comes up with Nike, that they're going to look for something, they're going to look for something like that, or your big time schools are going to look for something where you're not only getting gear, you're getting money from these schools.
I'm wondering on when it comes to Nike and Adidas, because forever we've always had Nike and Adidas kids, in high school, even before the pain became legal. I'm wondering now, we're getting to an era to where Nike is already signing some of these prep kids. So what if they want to go to an Adidas school?
That's what we talked about off the air the other day. There's so many different conflicts.
I wonder where
areas.
Wonder where that.
Didn't Louisville run into a problem?
They're running
that?
into it right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And that's why I asked.
Well, the guy that's number one that kind of has Kentucky and Louisville, he's a Nike guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then people tell you in recruiting things, he's kind of leaning towards Kentucky now.
The Stokes kid that was originally born in Louisville and moved away, he's a Nike guy.
Yeah.
I think Nike's already signed him. But everything that you hear is like he really wants to rep Louisville, and that may be the biggest problem.
Well, and that's all what I have about JMI, because we were talking about this. JMI is also, they own the production rights for Georgia, Notre Dame, other schools, UCLA.
Yeah.
What happens whenever JMI is the ones that are negotiating the NIL deals?
Yeah.
And Notre Dame is like, hold on, we want this kid. And now you got the conglomerate JMI that's running these. Now, they're not running Notre Dame's NIL yet, but I'm sure there's other schools they're going to try to do this with. And we'll see what happens.
The NCAA was finally right on one thing. They said, you all don't have any idea what's about to happen if we open this up to paying players. And everybody's like, just do it. Shut up. You've been an idiot for so long. You're a billionaire. You've suppressed these kids. And this is crazy.
But to be clear, I do think they should be paid for their name, image, and
1000%.
likeness and all that. So I think
It's
we're
like
all
we
in
went
agreement
from
on
0
that.
to 100.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
and it never. Hold on, when it started,
Who's putting this stuff together?
Somebody's making a lot of money.
Yeah, somebody spent a lot of time putting that together, and that is garbage.
But I'm saying, look how much money they're making off that.
but
I
let's
I would like to know, and I want to get them on the show. Who's spending $2,600 through Club Blue or whatever, Club BBN United? Who's doing that? You hit us on the text line. I mean, and what?
Nobody will admit it.
And why? Why?
But here's the thing.
What if you put money into a kid? He's a 5-star. Okay, well, man, I tell you what, man, I donated my $2,600. Man, we got these 3 5-star recruits, and they turn out to be like the Cal guys that could barely get on the floor. And it's like,
or it does like Tennessee. He decides I'm transferring out.
But is it illegal for me to come up to Malachi right now as an individual that represents Kenway, my company? I don't need them or anything like that. And I said, look, I want you to do a commercial for me for $5,000.
Well, under the
you can do that, right?
You can, but
that's what I'm asking.
The collective could do that, but now,
but you probably have to go through them. That's like
what I'm asking.
Now you have to go through their
agents. Right?
You have to go.
So they're their pseudo agents. So now what happens to these agents that are individual agents?
I mean, that's a good question.
It'll be interesting.
It's a good question because does the collective's agents really have the kids' best interests at heart?
I mean, and then not only that,
that's where I was going.
Right. Okay.
Barnhart,
it took me a while to pick up what
Barnhart came out and was like, "Well, if you're going to come to Kentucky and be part of the family, and you're going to use our facilities and our logos and things of that nature, you got to work with our partners." Are we going to get this thing where Oscar was on a billboard, but he had to have a blue jersey on, but it didn't say Kentucky?
Right.
Because it wasn't the official pizza of Rupp Arena. Are we going to get into a lot of the, and to me, that's where UK may be hamstrung in the future, is if you're going to force UK's partners, they can't pay for everything.
No.
If UK has an official car dealership of UK basketball, well, you can only go to that car dealership so many times. And if this guy wants over here.
Listen, this whole conversation we're having right now sucks because it has anything to do with sports.
No.
Like it's really removing me from the college game, and that sucks because the kid, like, it's not the kid's fault. They deserve to get paid. I feel like, a certain amount, but the problem is, like, you opened it up, like you said,
well,
just completely opened it.
You just went,
and now you're trying to put the genie backs in the bottles, and then there's no going back.
It was never name, image, and likeness. The collectives were like, you would go down to Texas and you were guaranteed, if you signed as offensive lineman, $800,000, and you had to make like 4 appearances to some charity.
Correct.
Of their choice. It was the Hart Foundation. So it was never truly name, image, and likeness. It was just, let's pay players, and whoever wants to raise the most money and pay the most wins.
We're get off my lawn comments. That's not. I mean,
I want them paid,
but I mean, I get it. I understand why somebody would say that, but the thing is, if this is the debate and not like, okay, like, what's our team look like? Or, I think the focus is, there's so much focus on this. And I guess my biggest question is, are other schools doing this differently?
Well,
because the only thing I'm really seeing is Kentucky, right? Because they're at the forefront.
Not only are they doing it differently, are there laws, are there rules in place? And what are those rules? Like, there's got to be something.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, the cap is where it has to start. We talked about this months ago. It's got to work backwards now because we've gone so far, but it has to work backwards in this collective. The collective is a great, the revenue share is a great way to start, but it can't have legs because the rich ones will have the most legs. Still.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's no rules again.
I think
I mean, that's what's going to happen.
I will say that
yes.
I mean,
it already is.
it is happening. Yeah.
This new thing with JMI in Kentucky, the only other school that's doing it this way right now is Clemson. They're the only two. Now, there may be others coming.
The negative connotation with Clemson and NIL, though, for me, comes from Dabo.
It does.
More than it does how they're actually executing their NIL, but...
Well, Dabo got tired of losing. He took transfers this year and made sure he paid them with the NIL money is all I know.
I mean, are we going to get to the point where there's caps put on this?
That's what I'm hoping.
Or
there
what?
Has to be, right?
There has to be, but I mean...
The thing is,
there's a cap in the NBA.
But hold on, but that's collective bargaining, and that is collective bargain. So now you're going to make all these guys employees of the school
you have to.
and allow them to collective bargain?
Why wouldn't you?
Hold on.
They have to tell you... The University of Kentucky has to open their books up when they get a hole dug in their ground. And tell you how much they paid that plumber.
They used to, but now they've moved all that over to that. The athletic department's now in that LLC that they separated, so they don't officially have to tell the state. Now, Kentucky came out and said they were going to, but they don't. But what I was going to say is, until that's done, you really can't put caps on it because the moment somebody takes it to court, you're going to be shot down.
So if you there's no contracts coming for players, right? Or is
I think that's in the future.
So like we've said a million times, there's nothing stopping a kid from getting paid one year and out the door the next. So these NIL deals really are nothing more than year-to-year contracts.
That's it.
They're not even really a contract.
Well, Tennessee paid their quarterback.
The kid gets paid and he's gone
money
in the same year.
Yeah, that's happened.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But they can't make it performance-based.
Correct.
So
if he gets hurt, he gets his money.
Correct.
It doesn't have to be performance-based, but I would need him on the roster. Like I'm gonna need you on the roster.
But then that makes him an employee.
Right. I mean, and so like if you only had 30% of the year on the roster, I'm gonna need 70% of my NIL money.
It's not the way it works.
And that's insane to me.
LSU.
Think about that as from a business standpoint.
I'm telling you, the ROI on all of this
that'd be like MPD paying me my yearly salary on January 1. I leave in March. I'm like, sorry about your luck.
LSU paid that quarterback $500,000, and he got hurt and quit the team. He got to keep his money because he's not an employee. You were paying him an NIL.
It's a lot of stuff.
It is.
It's a lot. I'd rather just talk about.
So is people honest about?
No, not really. I mean, just saying
because I'm not trying to be an old man about this.
No, I want them paid.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around. I mean, I get donors. Like, there's always been donors to programs, right? I mean, they donate, but in the past, it's gone. To me, this is a whole other form of needing to, generate revenue to pay players.
But in the SEC, they've been paying players for a long time, Steve.
Right.
So they got it handled all right.
100%, but not quite the same. But then what's different? Then if they've been doing this for a long time, then why do we need the blue collar fans to
government has to get their money?
I mean, come on. as a fan, though, you see this tier list here. I mean, the tiers, there's what, 5 tiers. It starts at 100. There's a 319, 749, 1400, 2600 a year.
Yes.
Does that not, as a fan, does that not trigger you a little bit?
I guess not.
Like,
well, I mean, here's the thing. That's
Especially
the way.
UK
The way
fans.
it's going. I mean, there'll be UK fans that buy that, but also like Tennessee now has the $10 surcharge on all tickets they sell that goes to NIL.
yeah, but when Mark Stoops sets back and he's like, well, our fans really got to get it together because, you know, we're not raising enough money.
then
Well,
don't go 4-8. That's what I'm talking about. Don't sit up there and tell me how hard it is.
About it. That's what triggers me about
Well,
it.
they're
because-
not. Apparently, they're going 8-4.
I mean, you know, I buy their merch. If they came to the table and said, "Hey, this elite package, we're going to get you season tickets," or you know, you get to have an exclusive night with the team, or you know, there's
you
certain
can't do that
things-
in basketball because of the blue hairs.
You can't.
You can't.
They buy up everything, and
Yeah.
they've grandfathered into this to the seating at Rupp Arena, and that's why it sucks. The atmosphere sucks there.
Yeah, because it's
because
all
they're where the students should be.
Somebody
100%.
just needs to explain to me, like if you're you said you're a salesperson, you're going to sit down in front of your customer and you said, well,
wouldn't even
man,
take it.
we don't need this.
No.
You don't need the Cats Club $100 a year. You need this elite. And I need someone from JMI to explain to me the benefits of the elite over even the premier.
It sounds like I need to hire these guys as salesmen for my company.
Yeah, if they can sell
if this
this.
thing works,
let's see what they sell first, right? Let's see what the sales are after a year. And then we can go from there. We spend enough time.
Yeah, we got to get the
beating the
Owensboro.
JMI dead horse. We're learning about this as we go. I felt like I had to discuss it today, even though I really don't even know what it consists of.
and I don't know what we got done or what anybody learned from that.
Just no.
Besides,
that-
Well, I think we're all learning together, though.
Yes.
Like even you listen to KSR a little bit, there's a lot of, trial and error, I feel like, so everybody's just kind of figuring out as we go. Hopefully they at least get a hoodie out of the deal.
There you go.
At 15% off. And you get two. Like if you have a spouse or maybe
Yeah, you
somebody
get her
you
a
want to give a
hoodie.
gift to.
well, you don't get a hoodie. You get 15% off.
off.
You get a promo code. You get a promo code.
Yeah, it's like, I can't beat that. I'm sure it's 15, maybe 20 at best. But we'll pause it for Karen Gross, realtor with RE/MAX Professional Realty Group. Your dream is her mission. Give her a call at 270-315-9810. Find her at KarenGross.net. Listen to Live at 5, 1027 The Game.
Attorneys at Foreman Watson Holtrey have handled hundreds of commercial trucking cases. We know how a serious injury from a truck wreck can change your life forever. If you've been injured, the attorney you choose to represent you is critical. Put our reputation and resources to work for you. Let us fight your battles and wage your wars. Find out why FWH Legal is an award-winning personal injury law firm. Foreman Watson Holtrey, dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
Catch Evan, Canty, and Michelle breaking down the biggest stories, the boldest takes, and the realest reactions only on 1027 The Game. Your home for ESPN Radio. Unsportsmanlike delivers the passion every true sports fan craves. Brought to you by Floor Concepts, where design meets durability. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings 5 to 8 only on 1027 The Game.
For over 35 years, Owensboro Garage Doors has been serving the tri-state area. We have exciting news. Our state-of-the-art showroom and design center is now open on Saturdays from 9 to noon. That's right. You can now visit us on Saturdays at 708 Breckenridge Street. Our team of experts are committed to providing exceptional designs and service. Owensboro Garage Door offers a wide variety of custom garage door options to ensure your garage door fits your unique needs and style. With the best service, parts, and prices, Owensboro Garage Doors will be your go-to for life.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off. with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Katie Gunterman.
PSC Fiber is building the region's fastest fiber optic network to deliver essential internet to Perry, Spencer, and DuBois counties with the customer service and tech support you expect from neighbors. Access to high-speed, reliable internet has a positive impact on economic development and social well-being. The ways we communicate have changed a lot in over 70 years, and PSC Fiber is always leading the way. Call 800-511-4899 or visit us at pscfiber.net to see how PSC Fiber is here for you.
Hi, it's Duke Brubaker with Champion Ford in Owensboro. The Ford Summer Sales Event is going on now, and 0% APR is back with available 0% on new 2025 Ford Mustang, Escape, Explorer, and F-150. Plus, Ford is offering $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2-year, 25,000-mile premium maintenance included. Ford also announced super low lease specials on most new 2025 Ford vehicles, including Bronco and Bronco Sport. Stop by Champion today or shop in your jammies online at championowensboro.com.
Whether it's one item or 100, Pat Hayden Moving gets it there safely and stress-free. As a proud alumni of Owensboro Catholic, Pat Hayden Moving is honored to support the aces on the field, in the classroom, and throughout the community. Big move, small move. We've got your back. One item or 100, we'll move it for you. Call Pat Hayden Moving today and support a business that supports Owensboro Catholic. Local, loyal, on the move.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtrey, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans, Bradley Payne here in the Floor Concept Studios. Now we got that NIL discussion. It's kind of flowed right into the Social Security deal. I mean, it just all kind of flowed together and just triggered me. I was just in a bad mood, I guess.
I do have somebody on the text machine.
Okay.
Send us a statement from JMI's president. Now, this was earlier, but they just wanted me to see this.
Cool.
It says, we are not.
Is the president directing that?
He may be. It may come from him.
Straight to Stephen A.
We're not a general manager at all. We're not involved in roster management or recruiting of athletes, only just the respect at what would relate to their NIL value and getting NIL deals. It's changed because the system has changed.
Stop.
That is the dumbest thing.
I'm just telling you, JMI president.
We're not involved in recruiting,
but we're involved in how much money they're going to get.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll tell you how much you're worth.
At some point, they are involved, aren't they?
Like stupid.
They are the period. Like they're the first go-to.
What are you talking about? Like,
well,
that's like saying
Pope's going to offer a guy. The guy saying, "I want to come here." Then they're going to have to go to JMI and figure out how much money they can get out of it.
Like, we're not in the business of acquiring free agents, but we'll tell them how much we're going to pay them.
Exactly.
Okay. Kyle Schwarber next year. I don't know. I'm not recruiting you to the Reds, but I can tell you the Reds are only going to pay you $10 million a year.
There you go. All right.
It's up to you whether you want to come here.
That's all we got.
And Riley sent in a message and said, if either of you guys can land him a couple of those discount codes, he'll hook you up with Pepsi and Mountain Dew. So
we'll work on that.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'll give you the $8 off.
Yeah. Because that might be it'll balance out in the end. That'd be a good investment.
Yeah.
Unlike this Big Blue Nation, whatever you call it. But let's move it.
Ceiling floor.
To Owensboro football.
Yes.
We got to get serious because it's a big time serious year for the Red Devils. They got a scrimmage tonight. It's against South Warren. You can see that on the Sporting Times if you're looking to check them out. It's South Warren.
At South Warren.
Yeah, unfortunately at South Warren tonight. But the Devils coming off an 8-4 year where they fell 27-14 to Bowling Green in the second round. But, man, they got a lot coming back, led by one of the number one prospects in the state of Kentucky, Evan Hampton, 1,500-yard rusher, 20 touchdowns. He also had 15 receptions and 107 yards, 4 touchdowns. And that I underlined that because
that's going to double.
I mean, that's an area that needs to double.
I'm talking about the 15 receptions.
Oh, yeah, just the receptions.
Yeah, since he was Brad's pick, he's hoping that.
not 3,000 yards. It's possible.
I guess.
I was going to say 48 touchdowns is impressive.
You'll win the league, Brad.
Yes. That'll be a Brady Atwell
for 3,040.
I'll just set the rest of my guys.
Yes. Yeah, but 15 receptions. I'd like to see that up around 30. And then if you give him 30, that 107 is going to triple, quadruple even. Right. And the touchdowns at least do that as well. Love the idea of Hampton in space. And then you look at DeMart Jr. coming in a great situation. Now, granted, the line needs a little bit of work, but the good news is what I saw from him is when he was outside the pocket is where he looked the most
He was
comfortable.
dangerous.
So it kind of goes hand in hand. Okay, our line's not very good yet. I think they'll be better as the season goes along. But, man, getting him out of the pocket can really help alleviate some of that.
Without a doubt. And this team offensively has the ability. Like, if I told you at the end of the year they had a 3,000-yard passer, 2,000-yard receivers, and a 1,500-yard rusher, you guys would probably say you're probably right. I mean, that's doable.
But if that happens, then they're the best team in 5A. Am I wrong on that?
Well, I can't say that until they beat Bowling Green. Bowling Green's won like 24, whatever the number is.
If those numbers that you just now said happen,
because you have the potential.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not even doubting it.
Yeah,
but it's just for me, it would be a distribution thing. Like when Catholic had the 4 receivers.
Yeah,
I mean, Sims only had 600 receiving yards or something. And on most teams, he's a 2,000-yard receiver.
Yeah. Right, but they were also throwing to 4 or 5 receivers. Owensboro, I'm talking about those 2. I know they have other ones, but those are going to be their 2 main ones as long as they stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, King Dillard, 600 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. Braden Burke, 200-yard receiver last year. Chaden Morris is back. I mean, that's the forefront, him coming back. And then, I've heard a lot of good things about the Bryant kid. And then Ty Ashley at tight end.
Tight end, that's a scary proposition with that young man running down the middle of the field.
There.
Who are you going to stop? I mean, for me, if I'm game planning Owensboro, I'm saying we're sending the house. And I'm just going to come at you.
You're putting 8 in the box.
I don't know what else to do. I'm coming after the quarterback. Because if we give him time or, we're going to focus on stopping Evan Hampton. We put more guys up front, right. But I mean, we've got to get there because if you're gonna let this, who are you going to stop?
You're not going to guard Owensboro man to man across the board unless you put pressure. Unless you put pressure on them.
Yeah, but you've got to put pressure on them, right?
Yeah, and that's why the line's so important.
There's just no other way to do it, which is going to give you a lot of one-on-ones.
Yep. And for me, the number one thing I guess I would preach if I was trying to defend him would be, even if he gets to pass off and you can't get to him, keep him in the pocket.
That's it.
Because if he gets outside the pocket,
he's also
easier
not
said than done.
Also, though, he's not the biggest guy in the world. So if you can force pressure up the middle, get hands in his face, there you go.
That's
as far
probably
as
the key.
Yeah.
But for me, I would have some sort of safety valve on every play, called Evan Hampton in the flat every play. You start feeling that heat, somebody forgets Evan, he's got one guy to beat, you can house it, even if you defend it perfectly. Yeah. Well, so, I mean, for me, they're a defensive coordinator's nightmare.
That sounds like a lot of work for a defensive coordinator to me.
And the thing is like, they look rough the first couple series. I mean, they look real rough. Offensively, it wasn't super – everything just looked kind of chaotic. But you could, when the light came on, it was like, man, it only took them 2 drives for the light to come on.
I was going to say they still put up a bunch of yards and points against Mayfield's number 1 defense.
Mayfield, and they just destroyed them.
They put up 3 touchdowns in 7 minutes.
Yeah,
so
they're going to have some unbelievable.
That's not really easy to do against anyone, and then you add that it's Mayfield.
Yeah, so. It was. I thought it was, and it's a scrimmage. I get it, but I mean. You could see the potential. And then the defense, right? No one talks about the defense. They only gave up 185 yards a game last year, 19.5 points per game. Even if they can just stay there, I think that they're going to win a lot of football games.
Do you think that they're not going to score 20?
No.
Right. I mean, that's the key. And if you take out a couple really bad defensive performances, it was 2 games where the defense really struggled, Catholic and then Madisonville. They really struggled in those 2 games. You take those 2 games out, those numbers go down significantly. So I would expect this defense to improve. Ty Ashley, several Division I offers. You got Eli Hampton there. And then Conrad, it would be interesting to see how they use him. I've been hearing maybe a little at nickel, a little at the edge. They're going to move him around quite a bit. Landon Clark had like 4 sacks against Mayfield. Good luck blocking him. And then the defensive backfield, opportunistic with Shimwell and Green. And when you start generating that pressure, those turnovers are going to increase. And if they could start to up those turnover numbers with this offense, there's going to be a lot of running clocks in Owensboro's schedule.
I think so too. And that's why I've got the ceiling for Owensboro. 10-0.
There's really no reason.
That's 10-0. I mean, that's the ceiling. 10-0 is the ceiling. It's always the ceiling at Owensboro, isn't it? Now, I don't think they do it, but I have it 10-0 as the.
I mean, I guess realistically, yeah, because we're doing ceiling, and I mean, why wouldn't it be right?
Yeah,
like there's no one on the schedule that they absolutely cannot beat.
No,
honestly, every year at Owensboro, the ceiling should be 10.
10-0.
I mean,
well,
take offense to that if you may, but it should be. I mean,
I don't think the expectation should be.
No. This would be if everything went right. The offensive line plays, better to their absolute perfect. Your offense is rolling. The defense is playing. There's nobody on the schedule. If you're at the ceiling, if you reach your ultimate peak, that they can't beat.
Well, let me ask this, and I'm not going to get involved on the ceiling and floor on this, but I am going to ask you all this. I don't know their schedule. I sort of know it. Are they underdogs in any of the games?
I'd say week 1.
Week 1 and maybe week 2.
At St. X, they're an underdog, and they haven't beat Cal. So I would assume. I mean, they're at home though. They're at Rash. I mean, they probably are a slight underdog because they haven't done it.
Well, that Cal won at Rash last year too.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But now Cal's got a new quarterback.
Owensboro also shot themselves in the foot and had like 3 touchdowns.
Oh my gosh, I remember. I've listened to that one.
So, but I think those would be the only 2 games they're underdogs.
There you go.
St. X returns Harbin and Trimble and Bush.
But it was not a great. It was one of the worst St. X teams. If you look overall record wise,
they were 7-5. I mean, yeah, it wasn't for their standards. It was below it for sure. They're getting restless up there too.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Wallace is under pressure.
Wallace. I mean,
he's under pressure to win.
Nobody's off limits of the pressure. And then they host Cal week 2, and you think, man, they lost. Hodge, who we had on Game Changers, was great. But I started diving into this team, right? I mean, they turned the page. They're the 3-time 3A champs.
Right.
You got a kid in Jihad Brown who's got a Division I offer from Alabama.
Right, and that was done last year as a freshman before he ever took a snap. And he's still never, I don't think, taken a varsity snap.
And then you've got Hall, the defensive lineman who went to camps this summer and picked up a Georgia offer. So just FYI, those are 2 guys.
They're going to be really good.
That they'll have to see. So the floor for me there in those 2 games is 0-2.
That's what I have, 0-2. That's the floor.
There's a little bit of discrepancy. I mean, we all agree that the ceiling's 10-0.
Correct.
But there's going to be a little bit of a gap. In September, they're at Davis County. Catholic has kind of owned them lately, so that is a highlighted game. I think Owensboro is still favored in that matchup on paper, but they haven't beat them lately. So,
and Catholic, for only the second time ever in school history, has won 3 in a row against Owensboro. This would be the first time ever that a class went through Catholic High and never lost to Owensboro in football if they can win this year.
And then you follow that Catholic game up with 2 big road games at Graves, at Apollo, district road games.
Yes.
And it's always a house of horrors at Graves for Owensboro, but they find a way.
To play.
Usually find a way.
They always
Great
pull it
place
out.
to get cheated.
You go. Madisonville's worse. We'll talk about them in a minute. But I got 1-3.
Don't talk bad about Madisonville.
I've got the ceiling at 2. I've got the ceiling.
Can't burn that pipe.
I've got the ceiling, the floor at 2-2 in those. I think Graves is a little down. They lost a lot from last year too. And like you said, it is a house of horrors when you go down there. But Owensboro always finds a way to pull it out.
Sure,
so I've got a loss to Catholic and then a loss to Apollo because I think Apollo's going to be sneaky good. That may be like a 72-68 game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. 2-2 in that stretch, and then you're in the final month, October. Marshall County, Muhlenberg, Madisonville, and Henderson, and either way, it's 4-0 for me.
I've got the floor being 3-1, and
who's the loss?
I've got Henderson just because.
No way.
Hold on, the only reason I say this is there have been times like Nick Locker's year where they were so much better than Henderson, they went all the way to the state finals. But Henderson found a way to upset them at like.
I mean, it's a
rivalry game. I think it's at Henderson this year. No, it's at home this year.
It's at home, yeah.
You just
helps.
never
that
know.
Saves
That
you 14
definitely.
right
Yeah,
there.
I was going to say you're 14.
Talking about another great
nice.
They got some gauntlets on the road.
I will say this: if you
trips.
lose if Henderson loses to you over there, don't do a post game show. That's all I know.
That's right. They'll unplug you in the fourth
you.
quarter, man. That's kind of a joke.
So I've got the floor at 5-5. Ceiling
we love our
10-0.
people in Henderson.
We do.
We cover them too. Come on. I know
What's your prediction?
Well, I got them at 10-0, right? Ceiling. Floor for me is at 6-4.
I've got 5-5.
Okay, fair enough. Prediction?
There's no way.
8-2.
That's what I have. Predictions 8-2. I think
they're going to win out. Is what you're basically saying.
I think they win. I think they win one of the 3 big games. St. X, Cal, Catholic. I just don't know which one they win. I'm going to pick. They go 1-2 in those games.
I'm putting D-Mark on the hot seat and just saying if it's not 9-1, I'm disappointed.
Wow.
And I'm calling them 8-2. But I mean, St. X is one I'll give you. Right, that's tough on the road, but he shouldn't lose again. I'm gonna be honest with you. You just shouldn't. Look at this roster. You shouldn't lose again. I mean, if you play to your ability and you don't shoot yourself,
that sounds like a host of the. That sounds like the voice of the Aces putting pressure on D-Mark already.
No, I love D-Mark.
No, you do.
I love D-Mark.
No, you do.
Hey, listen, D-Mark would say it was 10-0.
10-0, without a doubt. No, D-Mark's going to tell you they got to go 1-0. They just got to beat St. X. That's what
right.
D-Mark would tell you.
Coach Meek will be 1-0. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. Man, 10-0.
Cal has
going
some
undefeated.
dudes.
It doesn't matter the schedule. You could have put anybody out there, and anything can happen from week to week. Now, football to me is the ultimate team game. Didn't play it, haven't coached it. So to me, it's harder to beat established teams. It's harder to have a bad Friday night in football than it is to have a bad Friday night in basketball.
I think that's true. You get a whole week of prep, you know,
and a couple of people can be bad in a football game, and you're okay. A couple of people can be bad on a Friday night in basketball, and you're
cooked.
You are cooked.
Yeah.
Luckily, you got John Moss, who's never bad.
That helps.
He makes you look smart.
I've looked a lot smarter these last couple of years. I can tell you that.
Where's the other loss? I mean, honestly, from a spread standpoint, I guess Cal.
I said St. X, Cal, Catholic.
Said Apollo.
And
you said
no, I'm saying 8-2, but for me, I think they go 1-2 in some order of St. X, Cal, and Catholic. I just don't know which one they win.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, to me, it's one, man. I'm changing my prediction. 9-1.
I want to say, if I had to guess, I'm going to say they start 0-2 and win the last 8 games.
And that would be understandable. That is an elite.
They're not losing the first game at home
program. I don't
against
think so
Cal
either. I don't think so either.
3-time defending state champion.
I would say they lost Hodge, and they have a quarterback battle. I always say if you got 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one.
Yeah,
Cal's kind of facing
not only that, but they have an unbelievable. They have the best overall coaching staff.
They do. Oh, they do.
Their coaching staff is one of the best. And I will say they're going to be like in the top 8 to they're going to be in the top 10 in the KSR poll. Unless some guys come in and have them way like I
don't care about that because everybody's projecting on what they have done, and they're the 3-time 3A champs. They should be in that mix, but I mean, no one knows the new combination. Nobody's going to practices in 7-on-7s.
But they came down here with They came down here last year with Brother Hodge, who hadn't played quarterback. He'd been a receiver for his brother,
and he was an absolute stud. That's what I'm trying to say. They probably do have 2 quarterbacks. You know,
it's like Notre Dame, CJ Carr, and Kenny Minchie.
Well, Owensboro's got a,
but Owensboro's got is at that level.
They are. I know.
If you want to be at that level. If you want to be considered at that level, you got to start winning these games.
100%.
You have to.
100%.
Because you should. I mean, talent-wise, you can. There's South Warren tonight, scrimmage, Sporting Times. Check it out. See the Devils firsthand. We'll use whatever time we got left. A little Dano's Cigar Lounge, LA 5. Maybe some quick soccer results as well. Live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
Looking for the perfect place to grab a coffee and relax? Swing by the Crim Coffee House in downtown Owensboro. From handcrafted coffee to mouth-watering sweets, they've got everything you need to make your day better. The atmosphere, cozy and inviting. The location right in the heart of downtown Owensboro. So whether you're meeting up with friends or just need a little pick-me-up, the Crim Coffee House is the spot. Don't wait. Come see us today, 109 East 2nd Street.
When you work at Commonwealth Road Products, it's not about just making things possible, it's about making things safe. People who work at Commonwealth Road Products believe staying safe begins with me, bringing a not on my watch commitment to work, home, and play. Let's keep our kids safe when they play sports. Make sure their equipment fits right and works correctly. Pay attention to the temperature when outside and stay hydrated. Join us in saying no one should ever get injured, not on my watch. Commonwealth Road Products is a proud sponsor of Hancock County Sports Broadcasts.
Southwire in Hallsville has been family-owned since 1950 and strives to be generationally sustainable for years to come. They are one of the leading manufacturers of wire and cable used in the transmission and distribution of electricity. Southwire delivers power to millions of people around the world. Their mission to be a preferred provider of solutions to the electrical industry by providing innovative products and services with exceptional quality and delivering on our promises. They also are proud supporters of all Hancock County athletics. Go Hornets!
Hawkins Avenue PLLC is a full-service architectural firm providing design services for K-12 education, business, healthcare, industrial, religious, hospitality, and mercantile projects across the state. Our motto is design-focused, service-based, and feel it nothing less than mandatory to provide a service to our clients that exceeds our expectations. With a combined 30-plus years of experience, the team at Hawkins Avenue is the architectural firm you need for your next project. Located in Beaver Dam, give Jeremiah or Kyle a call at 270-363-2235.
Calling all sports fans, collectors, and future legends. Are you ready to score big? At Sports Country, every pack of sports trading cards is a shot at glory. They've got thousands of packs waiting for you. NFL, baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, even Pokemon. Cards with memorabilia. Sports Country, 317 Park Plaza Drive, behind Shamy's Car Wash. Owensboro's #1 sports fan store.
Accidents and ailments can happen when you least expect them, but Owensboro Health is here to care for you when and where you need it. Walk right in for excellent urgent care without an appointment, or use our MyChart app to tell us you're on your way. Our expert providers are ready to treat minor cuts, rashes, bites, respiratory infections, and so much more. To find one of our 5 urgent care locations near you, visit owensborohealth.org/urgent care.
This is Travis Holtrey from Foreman Watson Holtrey. The most recent statistics from the Kentucky Cabinet of Transportation confirm that nearly 80% of crashes result from distracted driving and report an all-time high in the number of wrecks in the Commonwealth. If you are a victim of distracted driving, let FWH unwreck your wreck. Foreman Watson Holtrey, dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
Sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtrey, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans here in the Floor Concept Studios. Do want to mention Davis County scrimmaging tonight.
Yep, they
Greenwood,
are. Thursday
so
scrimmage. Get a little extra practice day in for week 1.
Yeah, you can get a little healed
rest
up
day
too.
there.
Yeah, banged up. And I heard Davis County fared pretty well in the scrimmage
Wasn't bad.
down there.
It really wasn't bad.
Yeah, I've got some new insight on that, and I think Key will do a great job as we discussed. But on the soccer side, it's Davis County's region, right, until proven otherwise. On the girls' side, they beat Owensboro last night 4-0. Mary Evelyn Wyman, Sasha Foster, Mac Elliott, Hadley Morris, all had goals. And then you had Ansley Dant, a friend of the family, right?
No shutout.
Shut it down on defense.
Yeah.
She was a defender of the night. You have Catholic back. The soccer team, we didn't mention the girls' soccer.
Yeah, it's back for the first time.
I knew they were back, but they beat Apollo 8-0. They're
They did.
back.
They are back.
Allie Marston.
I was telling
with 4
somebody,
goals.
like, hey, we didn't have a team last year, and we may be like the second best team in the region this year. Like crazy.
And if you remember, they were like winning regions like not too long ago.
They were, what, 2 years? 2 years ago, like 2 years before they shut down last year, they were the regional champs.
Yeah.
And then when the regional run-ups to Ohio County, then turn around and beat Ohio County the next year, then you don't have a team.
And you mentioned Davis County fights back to a 4-4 tie with Central Hardin. Taylor Hoke with 2 goals there. Let's move to Dano's Cigar Lounge, LA5. Dano's is getting in late today.
They are. Go see Steve and Stevie out there on Highway 54. It's a great place to relax, great place to watch a game. Dano's LA5. Question number 1. Now that the high school fantasy football draft is over, Steve, which team do you like the best?
Well, I haven't looked at the rosters. Let's look.
Who got the biggest steal of the draft?
All right, let's look here. I tell you, there was a couple good picks late.
There were.
Let's see, man.
Brad getting Heritage Hills defense and special teams late was really good.
I was a little mad about that because I was waiting. I was kind of holding
I
off.
had that in I had it in our text. Just literally
waiting to go.
Of course, waiting on Briggins, of course.
Of course, yeah. You get Max
He had
Johnson.
to talk to his girlfriend.
Kate, I love how you got Max Johnson and Bratcher on the same team.
Yes.
You pick up Jude Evans late. That was like a 9th round pick.
That was my last pick.
Yep.
As the flex spot, love that. Apollo special teams, that should pay dividends.
If Luke Thomas is healthy, I think that's a pretty good pickup for Calicut.
I went a different strategy this year on the flex position since we're one of the few people
that quarterbacks. Yeah. And
so
there's a lot of
picked another
athletic quarterbacks.
Yeah. That's always good.
How about Big Dan Bartlett, man? Picking up Hanshaw and Milburn at the running back spot. He got Xavier Maddox, which I really like. And then late in the draft, he picks Corbin from Davis County. I think that's a
gonna have a big year.
Great pick. I mean, he got him late.
He did.
I had him eyeballed, and then Dan scarfed him up right in front of me. And Jalen, he picks up. He goes with his McLean County guys.
There's no doubt.
But he did pick Stratton late for his flex, and I think he will get a lot of strong carries there for McLean County.
It was funny at Holiday World today. There had a couple of young kids that came up and said, as Jalen was talking to somebody, they said, "Hey, you're the voice of the Cougars, aren't you?"
Oh, nice!
Oh,
there it is.
Now Brian may have
tipped them off.
Tipped them off with Holiday World tickets.
Is Todd Meade or is he Hancock?
No, he's Meade.
He is Meade.
He is Meade. He picks Meade guys every year.
I mean, I know he's like the voice of the Hornets and he coaches some softball there, but I mean, he knows more about Meade than anybody.
He loves Meade
and
County.
He cashes in on it.
He does.
The Cruz Redmond pick.
Great pick late.
I made the list, and I thought Cruz graduated. I'll be honest. That's honest.
Maybe you intentionally left him off.
And when I saw that, I was like, "Is Cruz Redmond available?" And then, sure enough, man, that's a big time pick there for Todd, who also picked up Jet Goldsberry and Kyle Anderson, the running back from Hancock. I really like. And
he always has a few Hancock flavors in there, just so the Hornet Nation doesn't get mad at him for being a Meade County guy.
That's right.
I love this is the first time I'm seeing the roster. So Brad, Clay Wilkin, quarterback.
Hampton, with the double there with Wilkin and
Baskerville.
Yes.
And then you pick up Jace Hunt, of course, the Davis County, and then Garrison Barker. So you're going to two quarterbacks.
There's a flex.
Man, I like it. And then you got the Heritage Hills guys. I'm seeing Brad maybe as my biggest opposition.
Caleb's team's going to be pretty good too.
Where am I missing? Oh, well, Caleb hadn't sent in.
He hadn't sent in. Him and Briggins. Yeah, I haven't got Briggins roster either.
What a guess! What a guess!
Dano's LA.
My roster's pretty good too.
It is.
I'm really happy with what I got.
Question number 2. I saw on social media today where someone put out their Mount Rushmore of college basketball coaches. Okay.
Of all time?
Yes.
College basketball coaches.
College basketball coaches. I think it had Wooden, Krzyzewski, Dean Smith, and Roy Williams. That was this person's. Give me your Mount Rushmore of college basketball coaches.
Well, Wooden is a lock. Coach K's a lock.
Wooden is not a lock.
Wooden's not a lock?
He was paying guys long before.
In the history of the game.
I love it, man. I love that tape.
He did win 10, though.
I don't care. Well, he should have.
He should have.
Hell, he should have won 20. My God.
Give me yours, Brad.
What about, is Rupp on yours?
No. Any list that doesn't have Rick Pitino on it is null and void. Rick Pitino's the best college basketball coach ever, period, flat. It's not. There's a big gap. No, there's not. There is a favorable sized gap between Rick Pitino and the next best college basketball coach.
I would say there is a gap, but it's Bob Knight and the gap to everybody else.
You're not serious, are you?
Not. He can't be.
Yes. No. Bob Knight's not on Mount Rushmore, just blow the thing up.
I'll let him be on, and Coach K is.
Coach K.
Knight, K, and Pitino. I'm just not thinking quickly enough.
I was never a Dean Smith guy.
Would you
or
take
a Roy
Dean
Williams
Smith
guy.
over Roy Williams?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I would too. Yeah.
I think Roy was always a little overrated for my taste.
Yeah. I said if Rick had stayed at UK the entire time, he'd be at the top of this list.
And probably have like 7 national titles.
The thing is, I get what you're saying.
Everywhere he's gone,
everybody's going to point to like the statistics, right? And then, he won 10 titles here. What? But my thing is, if Pitino had, the reason why I say if he'd stayed at Kentucky is I do think he would be.
He would have 6 titles.
I mean, at least
maybe more.
Yeah.
At least, I mean,
But everywhere he goes, he takes to the inside turn. I mean,
everywhere he goes, he doesn't just win. It doesn't just put up like 21 wins. Like you talk about this coach, everywhere he goes, he wins. He wins conference championships and advances in the NCAA tournament. We're talking about Iona here.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then now,
I kind of would like to see Krzyzewski. Obviously, you love those legacy runs. Like I just said, if Pitino had stayed there forever, but see what Coach K could have done. Obviously he didn't get himself in hot water, so he didn't have to go to Iona. But I'm just saying, if he had to, like how he would have performed there.
But I think that's why you have to include people like Bill Self. That your Tulsa guys that have really, really grinded their way to where they're at. Tulsa, Illinois.
Yep. Yeah. And won every step of the way.
And everywhere. And won convincingly, like dominated their conferences at where they were at that period in time.
And also cheated the entire way.
I will say Payne brought way better knowledge to that question than myself. So that worked out.
Maybe not, because I'm very biased.
I'm a big Pitino guy too.
Danos, LA 5, question number 3. I have to ask you guys because it blew up over football last year about them showing Taylor Swift too much.
You have no idea what's about to happen this year.
Taylor Smith reported, it's reported that because of Taylor Swift, the NFL gained nearly $1 billion in brand value last year alone.
Okay.
Did you guys watch the podcast last night with Kelsey?
No, but did you see that when they were live that it was 1 million people on it?
Yes.
And they were used to having somewhere around like 30,000.
It kind of shut down on them. There's a lot of people that think that over time it will end up breaking the Rogan-Trump podcast, which end up now if you go back at 60 million views. There are people that think this podcast will break it.
Offended. I'm trying to have a good show. I don't care.
She brings fans to football. How can
Taylor
you not
Swift like it? brought $1 billion to football. I got not $1 out of it. My team didn't win one more game. We're moving on. I don't care about Taylor Swift.
I was going to say, I thought you hated women,
No,
Brad.
it's nothing to do with Taylor Swift. I mean, if you like her music, so be it. Like what you like. But I don't care about that.
Beyond the bench. On that.
Yeah, man.
I'll tell you this. She's very valuable.
Yeah, she's worth a lot of money.
She's our modern day Elvis.
If people spend as much time putting their energy in Jesus as they do Taylor Swift, the world would be a much better place.
That is too. You got one?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Well, not really. They're all in depth. Okay, I'll go through this really quick.
We got about a minute.
Got about a minute left. Okay. How concerned are you as far as preventing these teams from making the playoffs?
Okay.
Or hitting their ceiling where they're expected to be? We'll just say that. Okay. Stafford's health for the Rams.
Very concerned.
I'm not that concerned.
Not that concerned?
No, I think they're a Super Bowl contender.
I agree. If Stafford's healthy,
his back is fine.
I think he's just.
Oh, it came out today and said that he wouldn't hate. They didn't react to to the training that did.
Yeah,
I'm worried about it. He's older.
I mean, Garoppolo's up next, right? But I don't think that they're not going to hit their ceiling with that.
Certainly that's 100%.
Big injuries for KC, and I know Brad's already off the KC train.
No, he didn't. But their biggest challenger, the Chargers, are also having injury problems.
That's my next question. Slater out for the Chargers. Does that keep them from?
Yeah, that's a huge loss. I mean, that's their best. The left tackle, the guy's one of the best left tackles in the business. That's going to be a big detriment to them.
Eagles offensive line very banged up. Does that prevent them from being in the mix in the NFC?
No, they're going to be in the mix in the NFC, but they're not going to win it.
Man, I don't know.
I mean, it's not going to be Dallas.
No.
Washington's this close, boys.
The thing about Eagles is their backup offensive linemen are usually as good as the starters.
Right.
Usually it doesn't really concern me too much. I didn't get to all of them, but it doesn't matter. Thanks for sitting in, Brad.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow. We'll do Catholic Ceiling and Floor tomorrow. Voice of the Aces here next, live at 5.
You've been listening to Live at 5 on 102.7 The Game. Special thanks to Foreman Watson Holtrey for sponsoring the preceding broadcast. FWHlegal.com. Tune in next time for Live at 5 on 102.7